Have you ever found yourself staring at a pile of legal documents, feeling completely overwhelmed, and thinking, there has to be an easier way? Maybe you're starting a new business and need to form an LLC, or perhaps you're finally getting around to drafting a will. The traditional legal route can seem daunting, expensive consultations, confusing jargon, and the feeling that you're constantly out of your depth. That's where services like LegalZoom step in, promising to simplify the process, save you money, and make legal matters accessible to everyone. But the big question, the one that probably brought you here today, is LegalZoom legit? And more importantly, what's my experience been with it? I've been down that road, navigating the murky waters of legal paperwork for both personal and business needs. And like many of you, I initially looked at LegalZoom with a healthy dose of skepticism mixed with a glimmer of hope. Could an online platform truly handle something as serious as legal documents? Or was it just another one of those too good to be true services that would leave me in a worse position than when I started? In this video, I'm going to pull back the curtain on LegalZoom. We'll dive deep into what they offer, how their services compare to traditional legal avenues, and critically, I'll share my personal journey and experiences with the platform, detailing the good, the bad, and everything in between. This isn't just a review. It's an exploration to help you decide if LegalZoom is the right solution for your legal needs. So, let's start by understanding what LegalZoom actually is. Founded in 1999, LegalZoom is essentially an online legal technology company. Their mission is to make legal solutions more convenient and affordable for individuals and small businesses. They're not a law firm, and this is a crucial distinction we'll come back to. Instead, they provide a platform where you can prepare and file various legal documents yourself, with their system guiding you through the process. Think of it as a sophisticated, online legal document preparation service, rather than a direct substitute for a lawyer. What kind of services do they offer? The list is quite extensive. For individuals, they handle things like wills and living trusts, power of attorney, divorce papers, and even prenuptial agreements. For businesses, which is where a lot of their popularity comes from, they assist with forming various entities like LLCs, corporations, and non-profits. They also offer services for intellectual property like trademarks and copyrights, business agreements, and registered agent services. It's a broad spectrum, covering many of the common legal needs people encounter. Now, let's address the elephant in the room: pricing. This is often where LegalZoom truly shines compared to traditional law firms. For instance, forming an LLC can range from free, plus state filing fees, to a few $100s, depending on the package you choose and the speed of service. Compare that to hourly rates for a lawyer, which can quickly add up to thousands for even simple tasks. LegalZoom's packages often include things like a name availability check, filing the necessary documents with the state, and sometimes even a year of registered agent service. However, it's worth noting that they do have upsells, and the cost can increase if you opt for additional features like EIN acquisition, operating agreements, or compliance services. It's important to be aware of these add-ons when you're going through their process. My first experience with LegalZoom came when I decided to form an LLC for a new side business. I had heard about them for years through their extensive advertising, and the idea of avoiding hefty legal fees was incredibly appealing. I went with their basic LLC formation package, primarily because my business structure was straightforward, and I felt confident handling the more nuanced aspects myself. The process of filling out the online forms was surprisingly intuitive. They use a question and answer format, guiding you step by step. It felt like filling out a very detailed questionnaire, and the system would populate the legal documents based on my answers. There were tooltips and explanations for most of the legal jargon, which was incredibly helpful. It definitely demystified a process that usually feels like it's written in a foreign language. Once I submitted everything, I received regular updates on the status of my filing, which was reassuring. The documents arrived in a timely manner, neatly organized, and exactly as I expected. For that initial LLC formation, my experience was largely positive. It was efficient, affordable, and I felt empowered by being able to handle it myself. However, not all experiences are created equal, and this is where the legitimacy question gets a bit more complex. While LegalZoom excels at document preparation, it's crucial to remember their disclaimer. LegalZoom is not a law firm and may not perform services performed by an attorney. LegalZoom, its services, and its forms or templates are not a substitute for the advice or services of an attorney. This is a significant point. They are not providing legal advice. They are providing a service that helps you create legal documents based on the information you provide. This distinction becomes critical when your legal situation isn't straightforward. For instance, if you're forming an LLC with business partners, a simple online template might not adequately cover complex ownership structures, profit-sharing agreements, or dispute resolution mechanisms. This is where a traditional lawyer truly adds value. They can offer tailored advice, anticipate potential problems, and draft documents that are customized to your unique circumstances. LegalZoom's strength is in standardization. A lawyer's strength is in customization and expert counsel. I learned this firsthand when I briefly considered using LegalZoom for a more complex intellectual property matter. While they offer trademark and copyright services, their platform primarily assists with the filing process. It doesn't delve into the nuances of trademark strength, potential conflicts that might not show up in a basic search, or the best strategy for protecting your specific intellectual assets. I quickly realized that for something as critical as protecting my brand, I needed the strategic advice and in-depth analysis that only a specialized IP attorney could provide. An attorney can conduct a much more thorough search, advise on the likelihood of success, and help navigate potential challenges that LegalZoom simply isn't equipped to handle. It was a clear moment where the cost savings of LegalZoom would have been a false economy, potentially leading to bigger problems down the line. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.